Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh!
Who's gonna rank all the episodes of SquarePants? We're gonna be looking exclusively at the pre-movie era of SpongeBob. There were 117 segments made in total. We're gonna look at 50, the 50 best, in fact, best ever 50 episodes of SpongeBob. Start right off with the bottom 50. Every list has to start somewhere. We're not doing a tier system. No tier system. All of these are A rank or S rank. Top of the tier, what are we talking about? The best of the best. This is a linear order. This is the 50. We're gonna start at the 50th best ever episode of all time and end with the first best episode of all time, okay? From 50th to first, all right? And in that order, like I'm gonna tell you number 50, and then when we get to number 17 is funnier than 50, obviously. 24 is probably the funniest one. So 50 first, not 51st. First is 50th. As seen on TV, SpongeBob believes he has become famous off of a Krusty Krab commercial. Plankton's army. Plankton enlists the help of his family to steal the secret formula. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 5. Barnacle Boy joins the dark side. The Fry Cook game. SpongeBob and Patrick compete in a game. SpongeGuard on duty. SpongeBob becomes a lifeguard at the Goo Lagoon. 45. The Bully. A bully joins SpongeBob's floating class and threatens to kick his butt. 44 is Your Shoes Untied. SpongeBob forgets how to tie his shoes. Song by Ween. 43, Something Smells. SpongeBob makes a sundae that gives him bad breath. Squirrel jokes. SpongeBob tells squirrel jokes, offending Sandy and amusing everyone else. Procrastination. SpongeBob procrastinates on writing an essay for boating school. Born Again Krabs. Mr. Krabs tries to sell a moldy Krabby Patty until he encounters a Flying Dutchman. Bossy Boots. Pearl gets a job at the Krusty Krab. 38, Sailor Mouth. SpongeBob and Patrick learn a bad word. 37, My Pretty Seahorse. SpongeBob adopts a stray seahorse. 36, I'm Your Biggest Fanatic. SpongeBob attempts to join the Jelly Spotters. Frankendoodle. With a pencil falling into the ocean, SpongeBob makes an evil clone of himself. No free rides. Miss Puff passes SpongeBob so that she doesn't have to deal with him anymore. Midlife Crustacean. Mr. Krab joins SpongeBob and Patrick for a night out in the town. Jellyfish Hunters. Mr. Krab starts factory farming jellyfish. Welcome to the Chum Bucket. SpongeBob is forced to work at the Chum Bucket after Mr. Krab loses a bet. I'm with Stupid. SpongeBob pretends to be stupid to make Patrick look smart in front of his parents. Artist Unknown. SpongeBob joins the art class held by Squidward. Crabborg. SpongeBob and Squidward think Mr. Krab is a robot. Chocolate with nuts. SpongeBob and Patrick sell chocolate bars. Imitation crabs. Plankton disguises himself as robot version of Mr. Krab. So that's our bottom 25 there. And now we're gonna get into the meat of it. So this isn't the first time anyone's ranked the SpongeBob episodes, but in fact, it's happened 3 times of note. The Best Day Ever event in 2006 and SpongeBob's Top 100 event in 2012. The Ultimate SpongeBob Sponge Bash of 2009. The difference between those top lists, which are also top hundreds, where I'm only doing a top 50. Mine is made by me solely, and those are community driven. So mine's clearly superior, as I've listed the 50 greatest episodes ever. Unlike these who are saying top 100 episodes of 2006, 2009, and 2012 respectively, my list is future-proof, even as a pillar that is being etched for all of eternity of the 50 greatest of all time episodes of SpongeBob. As we now get into the top 25. In 25th, we have Wormy. SpongeBob and Patrick house sit for Sandy while she is out of town and become fast friends with her pet worm, but things go awry. This was ranked 57 during the original Best Day Ever event of 2006, and it was ranked 43rd during the Top 100 event of 2012. This was also the 50th episode segment in the series. In 24th, we have Nasty Patty. Thinking a customer is pretending to be a health inspector for free food, Mr. Krabs has SpongeBob serve him a rotten burger, only to kill him. This was originally ranked 76th during the Best Day Ever event of 2006, ranked 74th during the SpongeBob's Top 100 event 2012. This won a Golden Reel Award in 2002 for Best Sound Editing in Television Animation. In 23rd, we have Dying for Pie. On Employee Brotherhood Day, Squidward takes the easy road and buys a gift for the SpongeBob. Unfortunately, it turns out to be a bomb.
Forget the book! I spent the whole day with you doing all kinds of ridiculous things because you were supposed to explode!
You want me to explode?
Yes! That's what I have been waiting for!
Gary, you're gonna finish your dessert and you are gonna like it! Bye! Now it's your turn.
That's not what I meant, you barnacle head!
This was ranked 52 during Best Day Ever 2006. It was ranked 55 during SpongeBob Top 100 event in 2012. This was also ranked number 2 in the 100 greatest Nicktoon episodes. This also used bomb test footage from Bikini Atoll, which is the real-world location of Bikini Bottom. In 22nd, we have Club SpongeBob. After mistaking being told he wouldn't fit into SpongeBob and Patrick's club, Squidward forces his way inside the treehouse, only for them to all end up lost in the jungle, desperate for rescue.
Also, I recorded a version of the theme song just with me singing into a tape recorder, and I implanted it into the shell so that when you lift it up, it plays the theme song.
21st, Squidward decides to camp with SpongeBob. 21st, the camping episode. Squidward decides to camp with SpongeBob and Patrick to show them how it's done. After a jolly campfire song, the bear continually mauls Squidward as he doesn't heed the advice of his neighbors. This was ranked 7 during the Best Day Ever event of 2006 and 22nd during the SpongeBob's Top 100 event in 2012. We'll just keep on trucking here. In the 20th spot, we have Just One Bite. SpongeBob finally gets Squidward to try a Krabby Patty for the first time. He attempts to deny it, but craves another. This was ranked 21st during the Best Day Ever event of 2006. Next, we have number 19, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 3. SpongeBob and Patrick try to rehabilitate Man Ray, arch-villain of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, while the heroes are on vacation. 18, Sandy, SpongeBob, and the Worm. An unknown force is terrorizing the town. Sandy and SpongeBob team up to wrangle a worm. This was ranked 47 during the Best Day Ever event of 2006. Coming in 17th, Grandma's Kisses. SpongeBob gets embarrassed when people make fun of him for eating cookies, listening to stories, and being kissed goodbye by his grandmother. With the help of Patrick, he becomes an adult. This was ranked 17 during Best Day Ever event 2006. This episode and Squidville are the lowest viewed episodes of season 2. 16, New Student Starfish. Patrick joins the class with SpongeBob. They can't help but disrupt the class and are ordered to detention, where they must work together to take care of Roger the Egg. This episode and Clams, where Mr. Crab takes the crew on a fishing trip to celebrate his millionth dollar, are nominated for an Emmy of the 2003 Primetime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Animation Programming for programs less than 1 hour. And this was ranked 55 during the Best Day Ever event of 2006. Oh, with that, we're closing in on the final 15. All right, next up, in 15th, Graveyard Shift. Krusty Krab goes 24/7. While working overnight, strange occurrences keep happening to the boys. This was ranked 64 during the Best Day Ever event of 2006.
3 pages describing how SpongeBob and Squidward are going to work overnight, and Squidward tells a ghost story and then becomes scared by his own story.
First, the lights will flicker on and off, on and off. Next.
Dude, can I have some ketchup?
Oh, yeah, here you go. Next, the phone will ring, and there will be nobody there.
In 14th, Shanghai. After a ghostly green anchor crashes into SpongeBob and Squidward's house, the three neighbors climb aboard the Dutchman's ship and find themselves in service to the Flying Dutchman in 13th. Life of Crime. After thinking they stole a balloon on Free Balloon Day, Patrick and SpongeBob go on the lam. In 12th. No weenies allowed. After a day on the beach, SpongeBob tries to be tough enough to get into the salty spittoon. This was ranked 58th during the Best Day Ever event of 2006 and ranked 27th during the SpongeBob's Top 100 event of 2012. In 11th, we have Big Pink Loser. After seeing how many awards SpongeBob has earned, Patrick gets jealous and attempts to win his own award. This was ranked 13th during the Best Day Ever event of 2006. This was ranked 56th during SpongeBob's Top 100 event of 2012, and it was ranked 8th in the 100 Greatest Nicktoon Episodes of all time. Wow, with that, we're entering the top 10. There's only 10 better episodes than the ones we've listed so far. Out of the hundreds of SpongeBob episodes that there are, we're finally closing in on that top 10, the peak, the best. Before we go into the top 10, I'd like to take a small moment to recognize the origin. Let's look at the origins of SpongeBob real quick. This will only take a minute. Take 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Let's just take a couple minutes to look at the origin of SpongeBob, and then we'll get right back to it.
My interest in the ocean was sparked early on by the undersea world of Jacques Cousteau.
Specifically, he studied marine biology and spent a few years in the 80s teaching kids about crustaceans at the Ocean Institute.
I stepped on one of these once.
While he was there, someone asked him to make a comic book about tidal pool animals in the tidal pool, and he did. After a few years of marine biologizing, he decides to go back to school, learns animation, and makes a couple thesis films. One of which people is one Joe Murray, the guy currently making Rocko's Modern Life.
There was one in particular that had a story of, it was undersea, actually, episode where fish are fishing for fishermen. And he came up with that.
And I really thought, I don't really have an idea that I'd want to torture myself over for several seasons. And then Martin was looking at the intertidal comic that I had, and he said, "What, are you crazy? This is your show right here." Well, there was a sink sponge, so I drew a square one, and I immediately locked on to the idea of this undersea nerd. And from that point on, I thought, well, that's the start, SpongeBob.
Wow, so that's it, huh? The origin of SpongeBob. That's why he's square, huh? Okay, so here we are, closing in on the top 10. We're gonna go with number 10, Survival of the Idiots. SpongeBob and Patrick decide to visit Sandy even though she has a keep out sign on her door. While they watch the warning video left for them, the door freezes shut, trapping them inside for the winter. This one was ranked 34 during the Best Day Ever event of 2006. All right, number 9, we're just gonna rattle these off. We're getting right through here. We have Idiot Box, surprise. You didn't think it would be this low, but it is. Idiot Box. SpongeBob and Patrick use their imagination to play with an empty box, infuriating Squidward in the process. This was ranked number 62 during the Best Day Ever event of 2006, and it was ranked number 2 during the SpongeBob Top 100 event in 2012. It also won a Golden Reel Award in 2002 for the best sound editing in television animation. Not to be outdone though, in number 8, we have One Crab's Trash. Mr. Crab has a yard sale and gets SpongeBob to buy a hat, only to find out it's a rare collectible worth way more to another buyer. He tries to convince SpongeBob to return the hat. In 7th place, Rockabye Valve. SpongeBob and Patrick decide to adopt a pet, but they have a hard time sharing responsibilities. This was ranked 89 during Best Day Ever event 2006 and ranked 10 during the SpongeBob Top 100 event in 2012. With that, here is number 6, my pick for the 6th greatest episode, falling just shy of top 5, barely getting nudged out. It's right underneath another, you'll see how many episodes. Number 6, here it is, Band Geeks. In order to show up his rival, Squidward accepts a gig that is way out of his league, but the community comes together and puts on a concert for the ages. This episode and The Secret Box. After learning Patrick has a secret storage location, SpongeBob can't help but get nosy. That's what that episode's about. This episode and that episode won a Golden Reel Award in 2001 for Best Sound Editing in Television Animation. This was also ranked number 38 during the Best Day Ever event in 2006 and ranked number 1 during the SpongeBob Top 100 event in 2012. Wow! I don't think it's that good. It's not number 1. There's 5 other episodes better than this. Before we start the top 5, I thought it would be fun to list the top 10 of the last 3 studs. Patty Hype, Valentine's Day, The Paper, Help Wanted, SB129, The Camping Episode, Rip Pants, Fun, and Pizza Delivery as their top 10. Now the celebrity favorite were Sailor Mouth, Roller Cowards, Krusty Crushers, Rip Pants, Krusty Krab Training Video, Band Geeks, Karate Island, Frankendoodle, The Secret Box, and Muscle Bob Buff Pants. Rockabye Bivalve, Muscle Bob Buff Pants, 20,000 Patties Under the Sea, Big Sister Sam, Toy Store of Doom, That's No Lady, Best Day Ever, Fun, Idiot Box, Band Geek, Have You Seen the Smell, Selling Out, Patrick Smarty Pants, The Camping Episode, New Leaf, Ghost Host, Krusty Towers, Dunces and Dragons, Wishing You Well, and Karate Island made the top 10. Before we get into this final top 5, now that we've looked at previous year's idea of what a top 10 is, and we've already covered half of our top 10, here's a bumper before we get into number 5.
After the movie, I had pretty much decided that I was going to step back. It was time to get some new blood.
The movie had just been out, and there was a real question if the show could go on without Steve Hillenburg.
Trying to start running a show that's not only become a phenomenon, but that has somebody like Steve, it was such an enormous job to take on.
I don't know, it could go 20 seasons. I hope so. I like it here.
It's the best day ever.
The Best Day Ever is a song that incorporates SpongeBob's worldview and his philosophy. Very sunny, very bubbly, kind of a worldview. And that's the song that all kids come up and sing. You know, they all know that song.
Wow, isn't that special? Sure is the best day ever. So let's get the honorable mentions out of the way. We're gonna try and list these off as rapid fire like earlier in the video. Tea at the Tree Dome, SpongeBob meets his new neighbor. Bubble Stand, SpongeBob starts a bubble stand. Rip Pants, SpongeBob takes a joke too far. Plankton, SpongeBob meets his arch nemesis to Mr. Krabs. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boys, SpongeBob and Patrick try to get their childhood heroes out of retirement. Pickles, a food critic, destroys SpongeBob's confidence in his cooking ability. Opposite Day, Squidward puts his house up for sale. Muscle Bob McBuff Pants, SpongeBob uses his fake arms to impress Sandy. The Chaperone, SpongeBob takes Pearl to the prom. SB129, Squidward goes to the future. Rock Bottom, SpongeBob gets off on the wrong stop. Texas, Sandy gets homesick. Walking Small, Plankton teaches SpongeBob how to be assertive. Neptune's Spatula, SpongeBob proves he is a chef worthy of the gods. Hooky, Patrick takes SpongeBob to the carnival. Those are the honorable mentions, and we will now get into the top 5 best episodes of SpongeBob of all time. They're all season 1, and let's begin with number 5. That's right, rank number 5. You guessed it. You did. I knew you knew. It was gonna be boating school at number 5. Yep, that's right. After failing his 39th boating exam, Patrick helps SpongeBob pass, but the guilt eats away at our hero. There's a lot of things going on with this episode. This is the first episode to play Hawaiian Adventures, which is SpongeBob's theme. Here's a clip of that. This is the first appearance of Mrs. Puff and her boating school. This is the first episode to feature the famous running gag of my leg. The idea for Mrs. Puff and her boating school are what saved the show from being passed on by Nickelodeon. If Stephen Hillenburg did not fulfill Nickelodeon's request that SpongeBob attend a school, they would not have agreed to greenlight the first season. So if it wasn't for, at the time, Rugrats was like the biggest show, and so they just couldn't see anything that wasn't Rugrats succeeding. So he came up with the idea of Miss Puff and SpongeBob having this endless back and forth to get a driver's license. It's kind of funny because if you watch the intro, he drives several vehicles. And with that, that brings us to number 4. We're already here. We're already on the 4th one. Number 4 is ARG! Mr. Krabs joins SpongeBob and Patrick for a game of the Flying Dutchman's Treasure while their workday goes slowly, only for him to have a little too much fun after winning 17 games in a row, going so far as to close the restaurant early. This episode and Rock Bottom won a Golden Reel Award in 2000 for Best Sound Editing in Television Animation. This was also ranked number 30 during the Best Day Ever event of 2006. And that brings us all the way to episode number 3. This is the 3rd best episode of all time, and that is Hall Monitor. She can't avoid it any longer. It's finally SpongeBob's turn to be Hall Monitor. Power instantly goes to his head, and he takes his authority outside the classroom, also recruiting a deputy, Patrick, to help him catch a loose maniac in town. This was ranked 99th during the Best Day Ever event of 2006. Oh my God, number 2 is happening. We're already on rank number 2. Can you believe it? Here it is. The 2nd best episode of SpongeBob of all time is Fun. That's right, fun. After stopping Plankton from stealing a Krabby Patty, SpongeBob befriends him, thinking the only reason he is evil is because he has no friends. Plankton sees this as an opportunity to steal another burger. This was ranked 14th during the Best Day Ever event of 2006. This was ranked number 2 in the Ultimate SpongeBob Sponge Bash. This was ranked number 4 in the 100 Greatest Nicktoon Episodes. This was ranked number 3 in the Top 100 event of 2012. This episode was originally titled My Fair Plankton. This is the first episode to have a designable text in the card and a solid black background. The letters are stylized. But yeah, wow. And with that, we closing in on the number 1 spot. There's only 1 spot remaining. And before we tell what number 1 is, we're going to take a small detour. We're going to look at the intertitle zone. It's been preserved, it turns out. It is not lost media. And here it is. So we're going to read through it real quick. Starring Rocky the Shrimp. A science adventure comic, 1989. And then we've got the sea star, the sea urchin, the sea cucumber, tide pool sculpin, the limpest, the shore crab, the hermit crab, the barnacle, the sea anemone, worm, and a mussel. Okay, you're about to embark on a journey into one of the most incredible ecosystems on the planet, the intertidal zone. Now meet the host of your show, Rocky the Shrimp. That was, as said by Bob the Sponge. Here's Rocky. You said it, Bob. This place is diverse. It has more variety than a shark has teeth. There are millions of bizarre creatures that inhabit the tide pools surrounding me. Tides cause the ocean to rise and fall each day. When the water level drops, when low tide, life-supporting pools are left behind. What are tides? Come join my tide pool friends and while we watch the mysterious tides. We're going to the theater. Roll it, boys. The primary cause of the tides is the moon. Why, that's loony. And here it is, holding the number 1 spot. It is pizza delivery. At closing time, Mr. Krabs has them make one last order and take it to go on their way home for the night. What should be a simple stop turns into the misadventure of the lifetime. Rolling Stone marked this as the 89th most influential moment in television. Ultimate SpongeBob Sponge Bash 2009 ranked at number 1. It ranked 29th during Best Day Ever of 2006. The Krusty Krab Pizza song is iconic. And yes, this does in fact mean that SpongeBob peaked at episode 5. And it's all downhill from there. As the Earth rotates, shorelines move in and out of the bulge. Whether a shoreline is away from the bulge, a drop in the water level occurs known as low tide. Say, is it getting stuffy in here? Wheeze, gurgle. These are affecting our breathtaking slurp. Shorelines near the bulge expanse a rise in water level. This is known as, look, it's rising. I like this part. High tide. Woo, yeah! Woo. Great movie, but it got a little dry in the middle. I just love happy ending. Where's Rocky again to give a little critique of the film? Rocky, smart. Rocky? Hey, Bob, thumbs up. Absolutely brilliant. Now for an in-depth look at the sea life adapted to tidal pool living. Take it away, Rocky. A Rocky shrimp here, Bob. I'm up on the splash zone. Very little water reaches this area. Our first guest is Mr. Barnacle. He's fabulous, he's stunning, and he's incredible. Yes, well, incredibly. Unless, listen here, Sonny, I don't need any cookies. Upside down. Bloop. They'll do anything to sell something these days. The barnacle spends its life glued upside down, kicking its food into the mouth at high tide. The nerve of this guy calling at this hour. Our host, Robbie, continues for his quest-perfect interview. Whew, it sure is hot and dry up here at low tide. I see why everybody is waiting for the tide to come up. Where are you headed? To greener, scummier pastures. It's way too crowded down there. Everyone wants an ocean view. Crowds? Time for this show host to go into action. Where is everybody? Come on, Ethel, move your foot. Ouch. Hey, you're crushing my new threads. Move over, will ya? Go away. There isn't any room here, even for a shrimp like you. Wait until they realize they're dealing with a big celebrity. I'm not here to settle. I'm Rocky the Shrimp, a megastar, a sea star. Eve! Why didn't I become a garbage man like Mother suggested? Look, I meant movie star, not sea star. Sorry, Rocky, even the mention of the word sea star makes us nervous. They come up at high tide and dine, and we are their main course. Why not give up your attached lifestyle and become a mobile animal like me? No way. Live to surf and surf to live. Oxygen and munchies brought right to us. Plankton delivery, cowabunga. Mobile creatures have the freedom to eat what they want, flee from predators' travel, and I even get to enjoy the nightlife. Rumble. I still see no reason to be stranded on one rock for your entire life. Lunchtime! He ate his, ha 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 ha. Those rock heads. Wow, guys, thank you for joining me for this. It's been wild. We've ranked 100 episodes of SpongeBob, if not more. See you later.